Hey guys, I'm Comire, and Half-Life Alyx is a virtual reality game released 13 years after the previous installment in the series. And in that time, there's been some changes. New ways to play are developed. Other games shake up the genre. Trends rise in popularity and fall when Fallout 76 ruins all of them. This is Start Select, and with the help of a few examples, we'll find if a series has taken some time off, what'll make it come back great. Any sequel worth its salt should advance the game's characters or gameplay, even more so if it's been a few years. God of War took an angry baby powder lumberjack out of Greek mythology and turned him into a complicated, conflicted father in a Norse setting, while coincidentally inventing the mechanic of the year, an axe that can kill the loud guy at the bar and bring him back his drink too. The Assassin's Creed series returned after a short hiatus with Origins. While adding to the overall lore, the game greatly transformed the combat, incorporated new RPG elements, increased the climbing capabilities to, well, anything, and has the most literal idea of eagle vision since Eddie got a new prescription. Street Fighter 4 evolved its fighting system, adding the super meter, ultra meter, focus attacks, and enough black splodges all over the character art to arouse a drunk Dalmatian. Yooka-Laylee evolved the retro 3D platformer with its expand the worlds idea, which then evolved in the follow-up game to freezing, flooding, or doing something to change an entire level. So, points by proxy. Devil May Cry 5 uses 3 main characters. While Dante's familiar playstyle fits like a warm pair of gloves, the sandal-wearing, poetry-reading, animal-loving guy she told you not to worry about, V, is completely new. And Nero, he can ride a rocket arm like a skateboard. Enough said. Chances are a game released years later will be on an entirely different machine, so it should take advantage of that system's capabilities. God of War is played entirely in one continuous camera shot, a difficult feat to achieve on previous consoles. Mainly because being around the only man angrier than Wolverine for that long is legally considered a form of abuse. Kid Icarus Uprising came out at least 4 Nintendo handhelds after the previous title, so it was able to have entertaining, character-filled voice acting, and a mode with young boys in dresses exploding all over your dining room table. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night advanced with 3D models and imaginative and detailed environments. Star Wars Battlefront also pushed the graphics to unreal levels. The only thing bigger than the visual gap between games is the Disney end-of-year staff party. And while we're on Disney, tapping into what's culturally popular can be an asset. Star Wars Battlefront tied in with The Force Awakens, the birth of a new film trilogy. And do you think people are more hyped for Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 after Endgame, or after that time 4 had blonde eyebrows? And retaining an element that identifies the series is key. It'll help the fans feel familiar and stop the game losing sight of what made the series good in the first place. Plus, we love a reference. Too many Easter eggs never hurt anyone. Which is exactly what I told the jury after an ill-advised experiment with a rabbit, an arts and crafts set, and a dozen or so Kinder Surprise. This can be the themes or feel of a game. There's an enduring familiar sense of power and violence in God of War, and especially in Doom, for its movement, its shooting, the visuals, the soundtrack, the enemy placement, the map verticality, the up-close and personal glory kills. Heck, the fact that when you first start the game, there's a loading screen and 39 seconds later you can shoot something in the face! Kid Icarus Uprising 2 captures a feeling, reworking Pitt's character in the Greek mythos setting from a platformer to an action shooter come brawler that turned out to be a better Star Fox game than an actual Star Fox game. The core evocative element could be the gameplay. Star Wars Battlefront holds on to the easy transitions between ground, vehicle and air combat on an epic battlefield, while Devil May Cry 5 still lets you chain together more insane stylish combos than Lady Gaga. Structure can be familiar too, as seen in Yooka-Laylee's 3D hub worlds designed to exercise traversal abilities, and Bloodstained's castle areas that have to be revisited with upgraded skills. Even the personalities and musical stylings are so similar to their forebearers, playing them is like stroking Katy Perry's waist before realising you're about to be punched in the face by Zooey Deschanel. So, let's review. Half-Life Alyx, released years after the previous game, needs to evolve its gameplay and lore. Say, making the in-game depiction of the player's hands function as a UI, and these gravity gloves be a canonical precursor to Half-Life 2's gravity gun. Make use of the VR hardware, perhaps by letting players grab everything in the game. Make them really reload their gun. Let them walk via analog stick or short hop, because motion sickness is still a thing. But also adjust enemy speed so people have time to react in VR. Well, cultural relevance is a given. People have wanted a new Half-Life game for almost half their lives, and VR is begging for that killer app. And retain that core spirit. Maybe with familiar environments, familiar enemies, and a reference or two dropped in like a mysterious OXO cube and a geek casserole. And we'll stop there for now and take a peek into the Comire corner, where I've got a video reimagining first-person games where everything is made of Lego. Yeah, that's right, Lego. It was made by Andrew M. Films, now called Nukazuka, and as you can see, he made his own weird virtual reality world, and I loved it. Check out the full video through the references link in the description. But tell me this, can you think of a good game series that hasn't had a sequel in years? If a new game was being made in it, what could be done now that hasn't been done before? I mean, like, imagine Crazy Taxi but an open world, or like Microsoft Flight Simulator but with a super realistic Earth, for example. A good one may find themselves in the Comire corner in future, so you better let me know down below or chuck me a tweet. And with that, I've been Comire. This has been Starter Select. Thank you. And goodbye. A CG live-action film called Sonic the Hedgehog came to cinemas worldwide. Initially, the design of Sonic received a universally negative response online, with everyone in their blind grandma commenting on his realistic teeth, his non-gloved claw hands, and that general dredger feel looking at a weird Sesame Street demons.